Okay, so we are back now, and this part of what I'm gonna do the next step of the process. I'm reading from the Animator Survival Kit book by Richard Williams, and on page 38 they talk about timing. And for the first step of it, it's saying during this part of the animation is very important because now you're getting the weight, the lightness or heaviness of whatever object you are animating. Is it large? Is it small? You know, how fast is it moving? Is it slow? And kind of deciding those things now within the process before you get to anything, any hard sketching, any outlines and things like that, because the bones of the animation will tell you just from the sketch. You should be able to get what you want in a basic drawing. So on the next part, they are animating a penny, and the penny is going across and they have a chart at the bottom, which they talk about this chart later on in the book too. We'll get to that point. And they notch off the keyframes as well as the in-betweens, but it's at a consistent pace. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of laying out, trying to follow along with what they're doing. Mine isn't exact. And at this point, I'm not trying to make it exact. I just want to see, I want to play around, I want to get comfortable with moving my pictures around, getting it to be level, feeling, just getting some type of feeling out of it. So as you see, I'm just moving the ball around on the bottom line to get the spacing out and to see where I wanted to do it. At the end of that, I did leave a lot of space because I wanted it to reach all the way to the end. And honestly, I feel like you could see how it jumps. That's a great example of how the spacing works. So it goes to a pretty consistent line or pretty consistent movement, but then at the end where I didn't put those other balls, it just jumps. It quickly jumps. And I feel like that's a great example for what speed would be. Like if you wanted something to move fast, but even though it's moving fast, it jumps. So even in something moving fast, you need an ease in and an ease out. So we definitely are going to be talking about that in this next exercise because they have us doing holds. They show us holds on which is which, like which sides to do the hold on. And I put a diagram from the book in this page just so you can kind of see what I'm working from. But we're going to get more in depth with this as well because before we can go on to squash and stretch, we definitely want to get a smooth motion of our object. And eventually I'm thinking I'm going to actually change the picture. That'll make it even more fun. See, right now, like I said, this is the bones before you actually get to the character of what you're doing. You actually want to get the bones moving. You want to get the basics looking really good so that once you get to the rendering part is just what acts it all out and it makes it look good, But if the rest of this isn't smooth or it isn't acting the way you want it to, then we know that our foundation is not set and our foundation is not strong. And foundation is just our knowledge, our basic knowledge of what we're putting into our project. Every project has foundation and every project needs to have a strong foundation before you move forward with any type of artwork. So let's keep on going with this and check out here we go. There it is.